Welcome to our channel, $1 Million Made Easy. This is a channel where we help you know your numbers by setting up spreadsheets and running numbers for you. What we do on this channel is use the returns for the S&P 500 for the last 100 years, and we simply project ahead what similar returns might do for you in the future. So let's look at this situation here. We got two couples. One's 46 years old. They have $620,000 saved. They can save $65,000 a year. Another is 40 years old with $310,000 saved. It can save $30,000 a year. They each want to FIRE, in other words, reach financial independence and retire early. So this is one of the spreadsheets that we use to help them see their numbers. First couple, $620,000. They can save $5,400 a month, basically. They're age 46, and they increase that by 3% a year. Their current expenses are $12,500. They want $150,000 a year. And what we do is run the numbers for every single year. And I've got it set up to run to age 62. They did at age 62, their money would last. Withdrawing this $12,500 would grow to $20,000 with a 3% inflation rate over 16 years. So they would need $20,259 from their nest egg. And even in the worst case scenario, using numbers from 1926, they'd have $2.44 million. Second worst, 2.716, and so on. They would not run out of money. But they want to retire earlier. So what we're going to do is go ahead and look at the 12 years. In other words, when they're 58. See how their numbers might look when they're 58. 58, now I want you to notice something. In the worst case scenario, they wouldn't even have what they put in if they use numbers from 1930. They would have put in 1.539 million and only have 1.518 million using 1930 numbers. That's why these are highlighted in yellow. It means you don't even have what you put in. But if they wanted to go out at age 58, this is what their numbers would look like. Now, we need to know what, instead of putting in these 7,475 and so on, which is this 5,400 growing by 3% a year, we need to start taking money out to see where they'd be. So let's look at age 13th year, when you have these kind of numbers saved up, anywhere the range from 1.539 all the way out to the median would be 3.624, and the maximum would be 8 million. That's the range that we could have in the next 12 years and 13 years. So we're going to go ahead and run the numbers here. What I need to do is see what you'd be actually withdrawing with it, what this 12,500 will grow to over the next 12 years, or actually 13 years, just to see where it would be. So bear with me a second. So now if we did 4 years earlier, they'd be taking out the 17,822 is what the 12,000 would have grown to. So we want to take that out, and we see in the worst case scenario, you're going to actually run out of money at age 72. Also in this second worst, 72. But 90% of the time, their money would last till at least age 92. That's if we retired at age 58 and started taking this money out. Let's go ahead and go back to what it was, and let's go out a year 14, which would be when they're age 60. So when they're age 60, we want to go ahead and run those numbers. Looks like if they go out at age 60, which is 14 years from now, they would have enough so that even if we had the worst returns the last 100 years, their money would last. So let's just do one more thing. Let's go out after 13 years and see what those numbers would show. Looks like if they went out at age 59 and started withdrawing this 18,357, which is 12,500, with a 3% inflation rate for 13 years, then they'd run out of money. If they had the numbers, the worst case scenario, age 83, second worst, age 86, but 90% of the time their money would last. They have no problem with these kind of numbers. So hopefully these numbers help this couple. We're going to go ahead and run the numbers now for the second couple. Again, the second couple, they have 310,000 saved, and they can save 30,000 a year, which would be 2,500 a month, and they want to know when they can reach financial independence and retire early. So what we're going to do is, if he has numbers, 310,000, they're saving 2,500 a month. You can increase that by 2% a year. They're age 40. Their future expenses are 100,000, which would be 8,000. Excuse me, current expenses are 800,000, which would be 8,333 a month. Now, if they would go age 62, they would have no problem using the numbers for the last 100 years, and money would last in every situation. But that's going out at age 62. Let's go out at age 58 and see what those numbers might be. Again, I need to start withdrawing money at age 58, actually the 19th year. So age 58, let me run those numbers real quick. So it looks like if they took out at age 58 or 59, they accumulate from age 40 to 58. Let's go into 56. Let me redo this real quick. Actually, I do like these numbers. In other words, they're age 40 and they accumulate these numbers for 16 years. They have these kind of numbers in the worst case scenario. If they start withdrawing this 8,333 the inflated amount would be 14,186. And only in the worst two case scenarios, it looks like, would you have a problem if you retired at age 56. If you stopped actually at age 57, they would have these kind of numbers, anywhere from 1.103, actually 1.122 million up to 7.132, with the median being 2.972. They would have enough to retire at age 56 and only run out of money these few times here. Let me see. Let's see if we can do the 95% of the time and see what. 95% of the time you get to at least age 88 using these numbers right here. Retiring at age, after accumulating to age 56 and retiring at age 57, they would have enough money when they start withdrawing this right here. That's what these numbers show. Again, I apologize for jumping around here. But folks, that's what we do in this channel. We're all on this financial journey together. All of us want to come to retirement. In this case, these two couples wanted to retire early, and so we ran the numbers to them. But we'll run any kind of numbers you want. Just ask in the comment section. I'll run numbers for you, and be prepared to be amazed. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Please like the video. Tell other people about this channel. Please comment. If you want me to run numbers again, put it in the comment section. Again, I've been off for a couple of weeks because my grandkids were here, so I kind of had a void there. But I'm back in the saddle now, so send me your requests and please subscribe and like the video.